Hello everyone, I'm super excited to be here today with Edwin Lacierda, who is the co-founder and COO of PayMongo. Hello Edwin, good to have you with us.
Good, I'm very, very pleased and honored to be here. So nice to be in
Hong Kong?
In Hong Kong, and a group of people who are so well versed with fintech.
Oh,
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit more about PayMongo. Okay. You are a fintech.
Okay, PayMongo is a 4-month-old startup. We started in March in the coding, but we realized that there was a pain point in the Philippines in terms of online payments. Online merchants don't have the facility to offer credit card or a slew of payment options. So we found a pain point there, and so we devised a solution to that problem. And so when we applied with in Y Combinator, we submitted our application, and they found out that there's an idea that's worth investing in. So we applied and got accepted by Y Combinator, and in June we launched our product with only 10 merchants. Started with 10 merchants. Now it's September. We're now over 1,200 merchants.
Wow, congratulations. Yes, I think we've been ourselves to the Philippines, a very thriving startup ecosystem. Yes. And yeah, you are the very first fintech, right, who got accepted by Y Combinator from the Philippines. Yes.
That's correct.
Why did you apply? Were you looking for know-how, for funding? Why did you?
That's a good point. Number one, we're looking for funding, but it was just out of the blue. Why don't we just try Y Combinator? We applied about 4 days before the end of the application. We just said, why don't we try? So we filled up the application, we sent it to them, and we got interviewed. There are 3 steps actually. We first file our application, send email our application. So there were 4 founders. Okay. So we each sent our application because that was required by YC. They wanted to know the team. It's important for YC to know what's your idea, what's your solution, and they want to see first and foremost also the chemistry of the
people,
team.
Right?
Yes,
Exactly.
The people, right? So that was the first time, and we were informed we'd like to do a video conference. Okay. So the guy who interviewed us was Tim Brady. Tim Brady is a mentor and partner. He's the first Yahoo employee in 1997.
Yes, exactly.
So we got a 10-minute interview. So Tim basically just asked, what's your product, what's your problem you're trying to solve, what's your market, and what's the team. He wanted to see on video how does the team work, without saying as much, but just to see how we interact with each other. And after that, we received an email, and they said you get accepted. So fly over to Mountain View, to Silicon Valley, and get another interview, the final interview. Okay. So we went there. So with no assurance that we'll get accepted. So that's the final interview. So there were 4 mentors who interviewed us and basically asked the same questions, much deeper, but essentially also looking at the team chemistry, and also one particular question they asked is, how devoted will you be in the startup? And so we said we're all committed to the startup, and after that we waited for several hours because we were told if you're accepted, we'll give you a call. If you don't get accepted, we'll send you an email. Right. And we got an email, and we thought we were not accepted. It turns out that one of the mentors wanted to know more about us. So asked us a follow-up question. And we responded, and we got a call eventually. So we got accepted, and so that was towards the end actually. So we had to fly home, and then a few days we had to fly back to start with the program. That's where we started, and we got accepted in Y Combinator.
Well, congratulations.
It was a seed incubator. Y Combinator invested $150,000 with a 7% equity. Okay.
And then brought you to Demo Day, and
brought us to Demo Day 3. That's a 3-month program. We had office hours every week, but we were not always in Silicon Valley because we had to develop the market as well.
Now, as we talking about the market, you said one of the questions was actually about the Philippines, right? A little bit being still a black hole for a lot of people. I mean, we have been ourselves super thriving ecosystem, right? A lot of the actually commerce on the internet developing. So I'm not surprised that you have a huge market in front of you, providing payment services for that digital age. Yeah.
We focus essentially. There are big markets like the e-commerce platforms like Lazada. But how
Yes.
about the smaller markets?
Yeah.
So smaller merchants. What we do in the Philippines in terms of payment is a very, very crude and very tedious process. What they do is, if I'm the merchant and you're the buyer, I'll text you my bank account,
Okay.
and you go to the bank and deposit the payment in the bank account. Then you take a picture and you send it to us either by Viber or WhatsApp or Telegram.
Oh, okay.
And that's a process of payments for small merchants. It's a very tedious process both for the merchant and the buyer.
Right.
We found a solution when we aggregated all the payment options. Of course we talked to the partners, talked to an acquiring bank for credit cards, for all the over-the-counter payments like 7-Eleven, and our pawn shops act also as payment centers. We had to talk to them as well.
Right.
So we were able to convince them with how we do it. We earn by a transaction fee. So we offer it to the payment options to the merchant, and the merchant says, "Well, this is very simple for me, very easy for us to use." So offers it to the buyer,
Right.
and now the buyer, instead of going to the bank, can just pay either by credit card or on the payment centers. It's
So much
shortcut.
simpler, yeah.
So much simpler. It's secure. It's user friendly. That's why we found a niche, we found a market, and people merchants just decided to sign up. And we don't charge a sign-up fee, unlike other payment providers.
Okay.
They charge sign-up fees, huge sign-up fees, about $600 US.
Right.
We don't charge any. It's
It's
just
through
sign
transaction
up.
based.
Right,
Oh,
transaction
yeah.
based. And so it did.
Well, brilliant. I love the story. And now to provide simple services, right? It's hard work behind the
Yes,
scene. And so
right.
entrepreneurship can be a tough ride.
That's
Tell
true.
us, what is your secret? What is your startup passion? What keeps you going?
Our passion is that the market is so huge. There's a huge market out there.
Yeah.
And so our passion stems from the fact that we've got emails that are telling us it's so easy for us. I hope you're successful, because it makes e-commerce for us so easy now. So it's something that made life easier for the merchant, for the buyer, and we're now getting the attention of the institutions as well. So they're now looking at us. There's a big, huge wholesale seller that suddenly found that we got interviewed on Philippine TV already.
Right.
So they saw us and they were very curious to know, what do you offer? So we met with them. So hopefully there'll be some interactions here. We do give PayMongo links.
Right.
If you're a buyer, the merchant sends a link to you.
Okay.
If you don't have most of
very
our
easy
merchants
to,
don't have
onboard, yeah.
most of the merchants don't have websites.
Okay.
So they sell through Facebook, Instagram.
Okay.
So what our platform does is we give the merchant sends a link to the buyer, and the buyer just, when he clicks on the link, goes to the payment platform.
Right,
and that's
fantastic.
awesome.
So it's really the impact, right? You also talked about, obviously, the team and the chemistry that is very strong. And you said your fun fact is
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest.
My other co-founders are
Yeah.
in their 20s.
Oh,
Once
okay.
the CEO, the developer,
Yeah.
there are two developers and one marketing guy and me. So the
super diverse. Then.
super
Yeah.
diverse, and it's very helpful, very symbiotic. The
Yeah.
relationship is symbiotic. I know regulations, I know the legal
Yeah.
framework,
Yeah.
and the others know the tech, the code,
Yeah.
and the marketing. So it works. I'm the oldest. I'm in my 50s. The others are still in their 20s. So we've worked, and that's why.
Well,
part
you
of-
appear to still be in your 20s, but
but it's very, very, very productive. We give and take. So I'm the CEO right now.
right.
The developer is the head developer, who's an MIT grad, is the CEO, and the others are the CTO and the CMO.
Fantastic.
So there's 4 of us. It's a startup.
It is, absolutely. And I think in closing, I don't know if that's your advice to budding founders, like have a diverse team, or what would be your one big single advice for everybody
One
starting
takeaway
out?
that we
Yeah.
realize is in the course of our YC, the thing they emphasize is the chemistry of the team. You have a product, if you're firm with it, go through it. But the important thing is, it's going to be a difficult process. Startups can be difficult because it's all hard work, and you would have to depend on how well you work with each other. How can I bear each one of us have our own idiosyncrasies.
Right, exactly.
So it's the ability to go beyond the idiosyncrasies and work with each other well. So my suggestion to startups, especially if you're more than one founder, is to really make sure that you find a team that you can work with very, very well, because you're going to go through tough times. It's not just all good times. It's going to be tough also being a startup.
90% tough time, right? Or
90%
95,
tough
yes,
time.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
love that in that closing with team, it's like together, everyone
Right.
achieves more.
That's correct.
Fantastic.
By the way,
Edwin,
I thank you very
brilliant.
much for this event. I will learn so much as well. I can bring it home to the
Thank you.
Philippines and to my team and also to the Philippine fintech ecosystem.
Thank you. And I know I have to be back to the Philippines very soon.
Good. So
Thank you very much.
Let me know so I can bring you out.
Fantastic.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
everybody, and great having you. Thank you,
Thank
Edwin.
you.
Thank you.